I felt lost. I guess now that I think about it, it's like I don't have an identity anymore.
Yeah.
But I went through a lot of unhappiness for that 1 year because I felt useless, unwanted, and I felt that I'm no longer needed.
Yeah. That's where the expectations of being a super mom then, which was, inculcated in us, to what we perceive being a super mom today is so different. And I see that it is not a fair comparison to super moms today.
That was like in my early 50s. That's when I started. So I just told my age online. Yeah.
I developed a model. A model, I call it the 4S model.
Okay.
Yeah, to remind us to take care of ourselves. The first S is hello. Welcome to Se-Ibu. So there are many myths that we hear about moms, and today we're gonna explore different myths. So the first myth we're gonna talk about is I am a super mom. So, Ibus, good morning.
Good morning. Wow, like school only.
Yes, like school, I have to take attendance. Anna, where are you?
Still here?
What about Shirin? Are you there? Hadir.
Yeah. Hadir.
With that tone of voice, I'm scared.
Cikgu ma, she said. All right. So, well, super moms or moms, yeah. On this topic or on this myth on super moms, I believe it comes from certain mindsets or conditionings that we have since we were young. So you'd like to maybe hear from you what you think shapes this mindset or myth of I am a super mom. Where does it come from? And what about yourself? Any personal experiences of yours?
Wow. Go flashback.
Okay, hari ini dalam sejarah.
All right. Sejarah. You want to go?
Yeah.
Okay, I think this first. All right. I think for me, it came from my own mom. Yeah, so she was a working mom, and she worked really hard as well, right? Trying to keep up with the hours, taking care of the family, cooking. Every day she would cook, and she's such a great cook as well. And, she could do a lot of things as well. Just like Anna, also very multi-talented, could cook, bake, paint, sew. I remember during festive seasons, she would sew the curtains, cushion covers, etc. And I think from young, it's been role model to me that actually a woman can do many things. Yeah. And I guess that's the seed that was planted where we could do a lot, right? And I guess where we bring over into our adulthood as well. I guess in school also, right? Your teachers will always tell you, no, you can do it. You got to try harder. I know you're busy with exams and things like that, but why don't you try this club? Why don't you try, that extracurricular, etc. So I guess it's that foundation that was set up from young.
Yeah, I thought so. I think our moms, I would say, belong to the baby boomers time. And at that time, most of them are very, very capable in many ways. Yeah, in many ways. What about you, Anna?
Oh, I would definitely agree with this because my mom, she was a nurse before she got married. After she married my dad, she quit her job. And then we came along. And of course, she was a full-time mom for us. My mom has always given my sister and I, my mom and dad, everything we ever wanted. We were not rich in any way, but if we wanted anything, by hook or by crook, they'll get it for us. Even the most difficult items to find for art or whatsoever, they will just get it for us. And so far, they have not disappointed us in any way. So I think I live by that. And I feel that our mindset is so powerful. When we say we want to do it, we will. And when we are properly motivated, either by love for family, for kids, or let's say by the accountability we have at work, by hook or by crook, we will do it.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Even though it seems impossible, I believe many moms out there will just get it done.
Wow. Sounds like a commitment.
Yeah.
Yes, that our moms are role modeling it for all of us to follow. For me, I would say the mindset comes from my grandmother. Yeah, my grandmother had 11 kids.
Wow.
era. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. My grandma had 9.
What about yours?
10 and 8
Wow.
from 2 different grandmas.
30
More than
plus
one
we-
football team.
You're right. We actually added it up. More than one football team. Yeah, I can still remember. My grandmother. My grandmother resided in Muar. So I remember when I was younger, when we went back to Muar for festive season celebrations and all those things, my grandmother not only took care of the meals of everyone. Yeah, and even like I would say in her 80s, most of my relatives in Muar commented a lot about my said a lot of good things about my grandmother. They said, "Wow, 80 years old some more can cook and then not only cook for your kids but cook for your in-laws. Some more cook for your grandchildren and all those things." And not only that, one scene I can remember very well about my grandmother was during Chinese New Year time, because my dad and my mom's place, they're actually neighbors. Yeah, so but we tend to go to my mother's my auntie's side. Yeah. So my grandmother, after cooking and all those things, she will kind of like walk from her house to my auntie's house, step by step like this, and say, "Hey," in Hokkien, yeah. "Tui ki chia lo." "Ai kui pui yao lo." So asking us to go back
home
and have a meal together. So to me, I really respect her for not only her ability to cook and take care of everyone, but for the kind of virtue in her that she is so humble.
Yeah.
She's so humble that she does not think that, "Oh, I'm actually your grandmother, so you should come and greet me and all that." But she did the reverse.
Right.
So that is also one of the qualities I put in my mind for a super mom to be, which I try to, in a very unconscious way, which I just realized these few years, emulate my grandmother. Yeah.
I remember my, my mom at one point, she was working outstation. And she used to come back and, still do groceries and make sure, our school uniforms are all on point, and also take care of the house, etc. So to me also, that sort of like set the expectations, right? That we as women, we do have that dual job that we need to do, right? Whatever we have to do to bring in some money, some income to the family, and also at the same time take care of us as a family. Yeah. But when and that became a very strong anchor for me for many years, until recently when I start to reflect.
All right.
Then I start to see actually, it's very different scenarios.
Okay.
And it's very different to where we are today. Yeah. So if I may give an example, it's like my mom is a nurse also.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But she moved on and she became like, nurse tutor, nurse principal and all that. But where they were working, work was 8 to 4. Yeah. So it's hard closure at 4. Yeah, and then when she came home, we were living with my grandma nearby, and we had support. And my dad was also a government servant, so he also had that 8 to 4 kind of hours as well. And we had school systems that were, I would say, a little bit more robust to educate us as well. So you don't need so much tuition and things like that. And I think that's where the expectations of being a super mom then, which was, inculcated in us, to what we perceive being a super mom today is so different. And I see that it is not a fair comparison to super moms today.
Oh yeah, you are right.
See?
Super mom then and super moms now, the context has changed.
Yeah. It's
But the
changed a lot.
mindset seems to be the same, that we can do everything.
Yeah. But in reality, we can't,
Yeah, we still have to take care of our health. I think that's important as well.
Was there any trigger points in your life that is kind of like a hit to you that, actually I'm not?
Definitely there are points where that I think I'm not, especially when the going gets tough and my husband is always not around. He's always traveling. It hit me when one day my father-in-law asked me, "Where's your husband?" I paused, I reflected, and I said, I don't know. Then my father-in-law said, how could you not know where your husband is?
Wow.
Because he traveled so much that I forgot which country he was in.
All
Yeah,
right.
I'm just like running up and down with the kids. So when now, of course, the situation is much better. They can all drive. But previously, in between work, running around, it was crazy. If you ask me whether I felt like giving up, 100% yes.
Yeah.
I've been there. I felt that way before. But you just lick your wounds and move on.
You another superman characteristic. Only luka, but still lick the wound.
Because
The show must go on.
The shows must go on. Another superman characteristic.
yes, because if I cry, nothing's going to happen because there's no one there to help me.
Yeah.
If I complain, nothing's going to happen because no one understands. There's no one there who can relate to me. So you just like so-called grieve for a while, then you quickly pick up and go. I think that kind of helped me manage conflicts and difficult situations quite well. I always, when I'm faced with a tough situation, I always think of the alternative, what I could do. Look at a good point and then move ahead. So I don't dwell on what I can't do, because I learned very early on that it doesn't benefit me or doesn't help me.
I see.
So if, let's say, there's an emergency, I'll have tons of ideas on how to fix it on the spot. So that actually really helped me in the corporate world as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that makes sense, but that was
Definitely. I think
that's what happened to me. Yeah.
it has in a way shaped your problem solving skills. Like you say, I got
Absolutely.
101 options.
Absolutely.
Whereas many people say, what can I do? And then to solve this, but you are trained in multiple situations under that kind of circumstance that I always have something that I can work on. It's more than one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, reflecting upon it, every time when I go through and sail through those really, really hard moments, it actually hits my health. I mean, hits my physical condition. I think
I'm sure.
many of times, not just one time. There were multiple times in my life when I kind of like gasat too much already. Yeah. So maybe my awareness is not that high. I need my body to tell me, hey, you have gone overboard. Yeah. So please take care of your health. And but sad to say for my case, that kind of reflection that I know I'm not a super mom, or maybe I'm not a super woman, that kind of thing, always happen in the hospital.
Oh dear.
So
Yeah. When I was admitted to hospital due to severe gastric and all those things, I said, I shouldn't have worked that much. I shouldn't have taken all those things. And then, I kind of like took care of myself for a little while. Then again, the deep rooted conditioning on I'm superwoman, I'm supermom sets in unconsciously, and I start to pick up those not very healthy behavior of overdoing it, and then I ended up in hospital again on the bed. That's where it kind of like went through a few times. But now that maybe I'm wiser, maybe age or whatsoever, I'm a little bit more mindful. With higher awareness that okay, I have gone past the line. So it's time to pull back. So that kind of triggered me a little. What about you, Shireen?
I'm actually a little bit on bordering the opposites, because what happens is I get into that supermom mode, and then I realize that what am I doing? Suddenly something kicks in and say, why am I where am I heading? What is the outcome that I'm looking for? And many times it's a reflection. Actually, the outcome is coming from myself. It is my own ego that wants to do everything with nobody's help, right? It is my own pride that says that I can do everything without anyone's support or help, and I want to do it the best that I can, right? And it has brought me into quite difficult lessons many times, because I cope through looking at the situation, evaluating, and sometimes I would say no. Totally no, not even looking at the opportunity or the chances, and I would just drop everything like a hot bag of potatoes. Yeah.
Oh.
I noticed that, when we do drive ourselves too extremely to the end, it could manifest in many other ways as well, right? Whether it's physically, emotionally, and even mentally, trying to look at things and say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm going to give up. Yeah. So I've changed jobs because of that, right? I've dropped projects because of that. And I always wonder, hey, you know what? If only I tahan a little bit more and I had the right support, maybe, or I asked for help, something would have been different. Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting insight,
Realization.
realization that before it gets to that extreme end, I need to get support early. I need to fine tune and say, okay, manage the expectation, manage the reality of things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I really like this point that you just highlighted, which is shall we wait until that point where we break down? Then only we learn after that I shouldn't have done this.
Yeah.
Or what you practice is before that point when we reach the height of breaking down.
Yeah.
Yeah, what can I do to stop this? What can
Yeah.
I do to stop this? And you mentioned clearly that self-care and getting support is one of it.
Mm.
So curious to know
For
what
me,
are the supports or self-care you have?
I think I forgot to support myself and have self-care for myself.
Which is common.
I forgot. I think
Superwoman.
the only
Because
thing,
you always have options, right?
yes, the only thing I feel like sheer happiness is when I shop and I buy something I like.
Oh.
That is like euphoria to me. Wow, so happy. So shopping gives me that quick outlet of happiness in that sense. That's why I shop so much. Sorry, I hope my husband's not listening.
We all do.
So for your shopping, how do you do it? That means to say, whenever you feel you're under stress, overwhelmed, that's where you start to shop. And then what kind of things you shop?
It depends. It can be anything really simple, like this is from Daiso. I bought 10 of these. Because it's all,
Sorry. Yeah, good
yeah, it's only $5.90. So I put it in my kitchen, my dining room, next to my bed, study room, bathroom, car here.
All right.
In my office bag. So that's 8 gone and 2 spare.
So that's the number one today. Go Daiso, all right?
Hey, $5.90, so 59 ringgit for 10 is a really
It's
good deal. Right? It's a really good deal. Yeah.
Alright.
So anyway, I wanted to share when listening to Shireen, I reflected on my life a few years back. I've always been a mother who trains her children to be very independent. My kids are so independent that they can go to pavilion at the age of 12, like from my house, take the MRT, they can do stuff. But of course, I don't allow it because of safety, but they know how to. And all of them can cook. They also cook for the family, so they can do housework. Even though I have a helper at home, they are really independent. My helper has never taken a drink for them or food for them because they serve themselves. And they'll take their plates and cups to the sink and they'll say thank you. So they are trained from young to be like that. So one day when my son was 13, 14, he didn't need me anymore. And and none of them needed me because they were so capable of doing things on their own. They can figure out. They didn't need me. So my supermom skills were no longer needed. So what do? I felt lost. I guess now that I think about it, it's like I don't have an identity anymore.
Yeah.
And then I went through. I'm not sure whether it's a depression, but I went through a lot of unhappiness for that 1 year because I felt useless, unwanted, and I felt that I'm no longer needed.
Yeah.
They can make decisions on their own, and my decisions or my thoughts or opinions no longer had value
Yeah.
as part of their decision-making process.
I see.
So I felt very deeply for that. And it took me a whole year to realize I was feeling that I was feeling that way. Imagine a whole year I was feeling that way. I didn't even know what's going on. So after that, the following year, I started to accept, hey, this is how things are like. So it's okay. Let them go on their own, do their own thing. You don't have to be there all the time. So it's like in your way, you said, just don't do it, right? Say no. Mine is like I'm slowly letting go of the supermom reins no more.
No more.
So after that, a new mode hit me. Oh, I'm free like a bird. Like, I'm as free as I was before I got married. So I went traveling, I went on outings, I did whatever I liked. So that was like in my early 50s. That's when I started. So I just told my age online. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Early. No exact number.
Censor, that will be censored, okay?
Anyway, it's okay. So, and anyway, that was what happened. And now I'm enjoying it. I'm living it. And I'm enjoying the company of my children as adults, as peers who can banter with me, who can, enjoy good conversations. And I always ask them for their opinions. And many a time I would listen to them. So that was a transition stage that I had. I'm not sure whether you had gone through it or like you'll be going through it. But I guess mine hit really early because they grew up like really fast in that sense.
Yeah. What you share, although when I heard you kind of like went through depression for 1 year because of the loss of that identity.
I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize it because I'm, if you know me, which I think you do, I'm always on the go doing things.
Yes.
Like always running around and kind of like an energizer battery that cannot stop.
Yes.
So when you imagine when suddenly the energizer battery has to stop, the bunny can't run anymore.
Yeah. And it's like a stigma where, like you said, this supermom thing is an identity that we hold on to.
Exactly.
Can be very much an illusion that we hold so tightly. When the bubbles are pop and all this, suddenly, who am I? But after going through that stage, I'm really, really curious to know what, as you transit from supermom to something else, where, like I say, I really find freedom.
Yes.
So what identity are you having now? Just curious. Supermom to what now?
You can call me Mama Bear. I'm a big Mama Bear. Because like my home has always been open to everyone. My friends, family, my kids, their friends. There's always food for everyone. They're always welcome. If they need a place to stay, they can always stay with me. So now I think that what I'm very thankful is that all my kids, I would honestly say, they have never fought with each other. Touch wood, yeah. Seriously,
I have to touch you. So blessed.
Such a blessing.
Amazing. They're never like, I don't recall them disagreeing or fighting with each other like I see in some families. So I'm very thankful. They have never argued with me or my husband. They will, maybe we are fierce, I don't know. But they have
Mama Bear, okay? Let me add the adjective in front.
They have never like, argue with us in any way. But in a way, we are also quite liberal, giving them a lot of freedom and so on. So now, I kind of have an extended family because their boyfriends, girlfriends are all together with me every Saturday.
Do they fight? No, just
No,
curious.
they don't. You know what? They have their own WhatsApp group.
Without yours.
Yes, of course. Without the boss.
My 3 children and their girlfriends and boyfriends, so there are 6 of them, have their own WhatsApp group.
Oh, okay.
That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they get along so well. Yeah. So that's something that I really I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
So
definitely such a blessing.
I saw your recent video on success, whether you think what success means.
Yes.
After looking at that video, it just hit the spot. I feel successful because of that. Because of
we have the freedom to do things we want.
Yes. And it's not financially driven or anything like that.
Yes. So I appreciate that spot and taste it so well.
Exactly.
What about you, Shireen? What would be some of your self-care thing before the breakdown point?
Before the breakdown, I think what I've always tried to practice is a quiet morning routine. So for me, morning times are where I do a bit of reflection, a little bit of prayer, meditation, and looking at what's in store for the day and the week, right? So yes, you have 1,000 things on your plate to be done, but I always like to reflect on this question: what's my role in it? What is the end that I'm looking for? And in the last couple of years, it's also another interesting question, which is, will this matter in a couple of years?
Yeah.
And when I reflect back, I'm like, this is something I would definitely tell my younger self, right? Would it matter in a couple of years? Because a lot of times we strive for just short-term goals that are not even our goals, that are not even important for us, right? So, but of course, in a corporate world, organizations have their business KPIs, etc. But the people behind it, what do these KPIs mean to them, right? How is it? How does it bring about the life that they wanted? Yeah. And if I may share a little story there, when I hit 40s, midlife crisis, I said, you know what, this supermom thing cannot go on forever. So I took a trip with a couple of my old school friends to Italy, and over there, I finally decided I worked hard so much, so I'm going to shop. Okay, in Italy. So I invested
You got Daiso
in
friend.
Daiso, invested, of course, in a nice Italian branded bag.
Wow,
right?
Prada.
Yeah, and very I don't know whether it's sad or what. I've never used it.
Oh, can give to me.
Thanks. Craig is
Really? Since then?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
So it to me it became like what is the success that's attached to the sacrifice?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, very
So
deep.
so when you've done so much all this while being supermom, etc., you try to quantify it with something that you can appreciate, right? And I thought like, okay, everyone's into branded stuff, you got to be a woman of substance and class, blah blah blah. And when I got that, I couldn't bring myself to use it, and it sits in my cupboard today, brand new with its dust bag, everything, right? Because it's not who I am.
Yeah.
Oh,
Very.
what a realization, yeah.
Yeah.
But
That's
it's
very
you
deep.
think of it, it's a small investment to realize who you are.
Yeah.
And you know I can
Yes.
use the bag.
Yes.
Hang on, I'm curious. Since you are not using it, and what makes you still make that bag sits in your wardrobe, other than
Oh, yeah, that's a good
yeah,
question.
because
Yeah.
like you say, it's like a identity, like what Anna said, could be an
Mm.
identity that I want to keep as a I can have it,
Yeah.
but it's a choice of whether I want to use it or not. I'm just having this thought in my mind.
I guess it's a symbol of my struggles, right?
Right.
To remind me that it's not that I cannot have it or get it, right? But what is its role and purpose in my life?
Wow,
Mm,
very deep,
that's
very
true.
deep, very
Yeah.
touching and very true.
It was such a mind-blowing journey that year, and it made me realize also as super moms that women do go through midlife crisis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's like a change of identity then, right? So whether midlife doesn't have to be midlife, but when a different season in your life, like your children suddenly become independent, that's already a different season, a pivoting point in your life already. A health issue could also be a pivoting moment. And I feel that as women, organizations are not very sensitive to the seasons in a woman's life, right? Everything is about, black and white performance
Yes.
without realizing it. And we do struggle to cope with home, cope with work, and cope with ourselves.
Can get lonely sometimes.
Yeah, you're right. Can get lonely
very.
sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah. My mind still cannot get rid of the Prada in the wardrobe, because suddenly I have this image in my mind for Shireen to take out the Prada, frame it, maybe transit it to the living room, and not in the
flowers
wardrobe. Put flowers, frame it, and all the things that so that it serves as a better reminder at a more visible place. Yeah. For me, I'm a bit academic. I'm a bit academic when it comes to this self-care thing before the break of the transition point. Very true, like what you say. Sometimes it's the transition of the identity, and sometimes it's a prevention. How we do it, like you say, you do the meditation and things like that. To me, I think a few years ago, I developed a model. A model, I call it the 4S model.
Okay.
Yeah. To remind us to take care of ourselves. And number one, it's called the 4S. The first S is self-care. It's what we talked about just now. Maybe shopping, maybe journaling, meditation, whatsoever. That's a self-care part. And the second S is system. I think we can Anna is very good with that, to set up a system, process, that we can actually tap on. Even with now, I think a good thing about AI, sometimes it's actually helping us a lot in many routine tasks, right? So AI and all those things app can help us with. So that is a system. And then the other S is support. Like what you say, you have someone to go to, right? We can be that super mom, or maybe if we want to, we can retain the super mom identity. But we must know that, like you said just now, when people offer you for help, you say no, right? Something like that. But actually, it's our mindset thing. We can say yes, and we can also proactively seek for help and all this. I think the third S, support, is very important. And the last one is skill. Yeah, I find to be a super mom, you need that skill. Whatever skill you think, whatever identity that you have, there must be certain skill set that you can learn to support that identity if you think that is the identity you want to keep. So that is a 4S system that I developed, hopefully also in a way for the participants, for the clients, but actually it's for myself. It's for myself.
What's
It's actually
good sharing?
for myself.
You can share with others and you can use it for yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Very nice.
Lots of things that we share.
Yeah.
So now bringing it forward.
Okay. So
I'm curious to know. Now that we call ourselves super mom, right?
Right.
So next time yours is both also son. Maybe your daughter-in-law. Maybe we want to pass on, because I think we started the session by talking about how we got it from my grandmother and our mothers, right? So bringing it forward. If we have learned the lesson, what do you think we could do now to show up this mom identity in a more positive way, in a more healthy way, in a more sustainable way, so that our kids can take it from us and follow through in their life journey when they become a parent?
Okay, I think I take that first. For me, I do hope that my kids will be good parents one day, and also family is number one. To me, no matter what job you have, family is number one. If you are sick, your boss is not going to look after you. You can't stay with your boss. Your family will look after you. You know,
I like that.
So
and boss changes.
exactly. And this is what I told my husband one day when he was working in one of the local banks, and he was working so late. And I told him, if you're already not doing so well in your health, if you're sick, please don't come back home. Please go to your boss home and ask him to look after you. And I'm not telling my husband that. So for me, what I hope to pass on is that to be humble and to be kind to everyone. You have so much love to give people. Please share your love with everyone. And to me, the most important thing is, no matter what happens, my family stays together. So even when I'm not around, they are together and they just help each other. That is what I would hope for.
Very good support system there.
Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
under one of the S's.
Yes. So sorry. One more thing is, on my side, I don't intervene with what they do. I'm there. They know I'm there. If they need help, I'm always there. But I don't really. Sometimes I don't even find out what they're doing, because I give them their freedom. Like I said, I've already let go like everything. But they know that behind the scenes, they need anything, all they need to do is ask me.
Very nice. Yeah. I love what you said there, Anna. And, it's such a blessing to be able to have, that focus on family. But I'm going to rock the boat a little bit here.
Yeah.
Not everyone has great families,
Agreed. Agreed.
And sometimes the situation in families also don't allow for support, and everyone's struggling in that family as well, whether is it emotionally, mentally as well. So back to Lily's question is also where in our family there's a little bit of a lot of connections and disconnections as well, so within a family is also like an organization, you got politics and things like that as well, but end of the day, yes, it is where your family is the one that will be there for you in their own capacity. So I try to train my boys to think about it from a bigger perspective, who do they resort to when things get rough? Yeah, I say it's very easy for everyone to be around when things are great, but when things are rough, then you will know who's your support or your true sidekick, right? And I say it's tough because everyone has their own challenges and everyone has their own things to do. Yeah. So who do you rely on here? I openly share with them. I said, I'm there for you, but I may not be in the capacity to help you. Yeah. So and recently it also came up, right? My son was doing some podcasting, and then he said, no, mommy, you can't, you're not just in that generation. You don't, you're not in the know. Okay. So I'm like, okay. So it came up quite apparent that I can be there for them as a sounding board, etc. But there are many times, we can't really be on that mode of help that they need. Yeah. But a couple of things that I always share with them is one, your biggest solace is God. Right, you must have a bigger, higher calling for you there, right? Why are you here? There must be a reason. There must be a situation that He has given you for you to deal with, so that you can learn and grow from it, right? That even I can't do for you. And the second point is always look at being a good human being.
Yep.
Right. So, in this day and age, what would constitute of being a good human being, right? And being and end of the day, yes, your family is there to support you, but are you reaching out as well? So don't be shy to reach out, and if they can't support you, it's their take, it's not against you, right? You have to understand that. So if some people may not support you, reach out to others.
Nice.
Agreed.
Support again.
Yeah.
Well, nice. To me, I guess it will be very simple. I think what I want to pass on to my girl will be, you can cry. So I think I'm trying to, especially this year.
Wow.
Yeah. So I just, whenever I feel down or whatsoever, I just maybe share with her and I just cry in front of her. So I think the ability to recognize we need help start from embracing the emotion that we have. So I wish to use me to tell her it's okay to cry.
To be vulnerable.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I can just ask all the mummies here.
Oh,
or the moms,
okay.
The Se-Ibu, all right? So for the myth, supermom, I can do everything. Do you agree with this statement?
No.
Hey, I'm saying yes. I agree with this. Yeah. Right. Okay.
2 against 1.
Okay, don't worry.
All right. Thank you, Ebooks.
Okay.
So, if you like, please remember to subscribe and like our podcast.